everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another London vlog. So for those of you that are new here, I have lived in London for the past 10 years, so I am American. I've now also got a British passport, and I just love exploring London. I really believe that you should pretend like you're a tourist in your own city. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you a few great walks that I got up to over the past month, as well as some new restaurant discoveries. So whether you're a local looking for some more inspiration on great things to do, or you're a tourist planning a trip to London, hopefully this will give you some ideas on what someone who really truly lives in London actually gets up to. So without further ado, let's jump in to the video. So my first stop probably will not surprise those who have followed my channel for a while. My first stop is my happy place in London, which is Regent's Park. And with the weather getting progressively nicer and nicer and lighter out later, you're gonna see a lot more walks in this park and others on my channel. But for those of you who are not aware of Regent's Park and why I love it so much, so we are here in the inner circle right now, which is home to the Queen Mary's Gardens. And the Rose Garden specifically has 12,000 roses with 85,000 varieties, and it's sprinkled throughout the inner circle. So there's a great round area with the roses, but you'll also see them kind of along several of the different areas of this inner circle. Has a beautiful pond in the middle, a koi garden, a waterfall. And Regent's Park is also home to so many different types of birds, which can just make it such an absolute joy to explore. Now here we are looking at the Avenue Gardens, which is one of my other favorite parts of Regent's Park. And it's Victorian style former landscaping, which is always why I say to people, imagine that you're going to a gorgeous French chateau somewhere, except it's a completely free to visit park in London. So you can understand why when I want to get away from the hustle and bustle of the city, this is my park. It's just so many beautiful nooks of it to explore. So I definitely encourage you to go check it out if you have never been to this gorgeous park before. Now, moving on, I've got a new restaurant recommendation for you. This is the Pick and Cheese, and it's in a market in Seven Dials near Covent Garden, and it is exactly what you see here on screen, conveyor belt cheese. I will not kid around about these things. So there's different pricing systems. You kind of pay for what you eat, but basically you see the cheese going around on the conveyor belt, and you have a guide that shows you by the number what it is, and you just pick it and decide what you want to try. I mean, is this not one of the coolest night out ideas ever? I think could be a great date night if you know the person isn't dairy free. We did this for my friend's birthday. My friend loves cheese. It was fantastic. Another great restaurant tip is Watch House, and specifically the location in Fitzrovia. It's a newer location. I went there for brunch recently. I had poached eggs on avocado toast. It was so good, and we snagged window seats just to kind of watch the world going by. Had a great coffee there. Definitely add this one to your list if you're looking for like lunch or brunch options in London. And it is actually across the street from another one of my favorite lunch coffee spots, Mortimer House Kitchen as well. All right, so back to the park walks, because it's not long before I get myself back into a park. This time we are actually hanging out in Hyde Park, which is also a really lovely park to go check out. It has a beautiful lake. So there's Hyde Park and Kensington Gardens. On this occasion, we just took advantage of a beautiful sunny day. And did you see the heron on top of the pole there? I feel like I've been seeing the herons all over Regent's Park and Hyde Park, but this one on top of the street light, I mean, they are just the bosses of the park, seriously. This is the Albert Memorial, which is just absolutely beautiful. And my favorite thing about Hyde Park is just go for a wander, stroll along the Serpentine, and maybe sometimes you'll even luck out with a beautiful sunset like we did on this visit. All right, now for another food recommendation. I had some friends visiting from the US and we went to Apulia in Farringdon. It's an Italian restaurant and we had, my friend is hilarious. She literally ordered desserts like with the entrees. I mean, who does that? She does. So we had some really great starters, like this lentil dish. We had a bunch of different desserts. We had some tartare. I shared this pizza, which is burrata, prosciutto, and truffle. We had some salad for good measure. The pastas were great. If you're looking for a great Italian restaurant, definitely try this one. All right, another great walk that we did is one that I've probably shared you on a few times, which is along the Regent's Canal. So I had done a Regent's Park tour with my friends who were visiting, but I didn't want to duplicate footage in this video. So we popped onto the canal at the top of Regent's Park. We're going through the Primrose Hill kind of section of it now, which I think is one of the most beautiful sections of the canal. Now the canal itself dates back to 1820. It was part of a trade route linking the Grand Union Canal to the Thames River. So imagine back in the day before we had cars like we do now, or even like trains like we do now, things used to get transported in and out of London by boat. Doesn't happen anymore, but now it's a really great walking path. Although what I will say is it's a very narrow walking path. There are no guardrails. So be forewarned if you have young children. And also it just gets quite crowded on really nice days on the weekend. So we actually did this walk in the middle of the day. I took the day off to go spend with them and we walked all the way over to Camden, which is really great. Now the vibe does shift as you get closer to Camden. Like this place here on the right is called the Pirate Castle. I think it's a club. I've never been inside. I'm not a nightclub person anymore. This is Camden Market, which we have just arrived at. It's a really, really wonderful market. It attracts over 250,000 visitors each week. It's one of London's top tourist destinations. So remember, you can play tourist even in your home city. There's food, there's fashion, there's lots of street art and gifty items you can find. It did start in 1974 as a small arts and crafts fair. Now today there's over 1,000 shops, stalls, pop-ups. My friends had said they really loved markets, so I thought, well, what better place to take them than Camden Market, and especially during the day when it's not kind of so busy and crazy. And they absolutely loved it and picked up some kind of crocheted flower things from this flower stall here. All right, I've got another restaurant recommendation for you. It's called Cafe Banane, or Banane Restaurant. I think the cafe is the more casual pizzeria. This one is the more formal sit-down restaurant. It's all the way over by the London Excel Centre. My friends were here for a conference and we had incredible burrata with prosciutto. We had rigatoni with kind of spicy sauce and prawns, which are shrimp, an incredible carbonara. I had the, I think it's the pumpkin or butternut squash tortellone. Oh, chef's kiss, so good. And definitely don't skip dessert here. We had this kind of honeycomb cheesecake and my friend was saying, oh, no, we don't need this. Oh, you absolutely need it. It is so sinfully good. So definitely, if you're in that area, add it to your list. Another great restaurant recommendation from the month is Zatir this is off of Carnaby Street in the kind of Oxford Circus area. Had hummus with the freshly made bread, which comes with a little labna. So good. I also had the chicken shawarma, which they try and tell you everything is like small plates for sharing, but this is definitely, to me, main dish worthy. Was, I think, 2 chicken thighs, really, really a good amount of food. The group I was with wasn't really in the sharing mood, so we all kind of ordered a plate or two for ourselves. And then we also hopped over to the nearby Mr. Fogg's, one of the kind of, Mr. Fogg's has these gin bars all over London. That actually looks like tea, but it's a gin cocktail. We had all of these great kind of cocktails to try. We were celebrating a friend's birthday and it was just such a wonderful kind of spirited night out. So definitely put this one on your list with Zatar and Mr. Fogg's as a great night out. Another place I want to mention to you for my kind of Americans or people who like kind of American nostalgic places, it's called Passyunk, and it's over in Waterloo in I think the Leak Tunnel, which is all the street art tunnel. This is a Philly themed sports bar in the heart of London. So you can go watch American and specifically Philly sports there. I mean, if you're gonna go to a Philly sports bar, you've gotta get the Philly cheesesteak. So obviously that's what I did. I asked for mine without any onions or peppers, just because I have a little intolerance to onion and pepper. It was so sinfully good. I would just go back just to have this again. That's how good it was. And to be honest, our eyes were bigger than our stomachs because we also thought, well, we should obviously order the chicken tenders as well with the spicy buffalo kind of sauce and some barbecue sauce on the side for good measure. That was my request. They were also so super good, but between the Philly cheesesteaks and the chicken tenders, we were absolutely stuffed. So yeah, it was maybe a bit too much food, but while you're there, definitely have a little wander around as well too, because if you are a Philly sports fan, you'll just love, like when you go upstairs to go to the bathrooms, they have murals painted on the wall. There's TVs all over the place for going to watch the games. I saw a pretty like healthy crowd there after work, just going to have like, you know, bar food and a beer. So it seems like some of the people who work nearby just kind of love it for that. But yeah, definitely kind of, it's amazing to see you can travel all the way to London, but then go to a Philly sports bar. So with that said, that wraps up my kind of life in London, travel London vlog. I hope you enjoyed seeing some of the things that I got up to over the past month. You know, for me, as mentioned, life in London is to be enjoyed, to be celebrated. London, I think, is just one of the best cities in the world. I love living here just because all the great parks, all the green space, but there's also so many world-class restaurants, theater, art, and museums. There's always so much to do. So every month, depending on how much free time I have, I'm always trying to get out and enjoy it. So if you liked this video, I would really love it if you hit that like button. That really helps me know which kind of videos you like. Leave a comment down below. Have you been to any of these places before? What are your favorite places in London? Maybe you'll give me some more inspiration on where I should check out. I always say sharing is caring here on this channel. And then last but certainly not least, I would love it if you would hit the subscribe button. It's completely free to do, but what it means is that you see my latest videos when you pop back on YouTube, and I would absolutely love it if you join me on this wonderful YouTube journey. So thanks again for tuning in, and I will see you soon.